today I'll talk about. And the unclean spirit wanders through arid places. Matthew 12 verse 43. I've noticed here on the channel that there's a certain segment of people that, similar to my profile, seems to be entirely interested in the spiritual element of this existence. It's interesting that looking at the data YouTube projects for me about the viewers, I see that the audience of the channel is around 35 to 45 years old, which is close to my age. So it seems that these themes are aimed at us. Ladies and gentlemen, the spiritual element is very important in the building of this channel and in my own personality. Some distinguish between religiosity and spirituality, with the former being within a framework of practices and repetitive physical acts of worship, not disregarding anyone's religiosity. And secondly, spirituality, which is what the Apostle Paul calls in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, the spiritual which discerns all things. It would be a quality of the human spirit itself to develop, to seek God and things related to this intangible spiritual world. So the person who has a spiritual element within them will fit into the religious element, but with more emphasis, more liveliness, because the spiritual, as the apostle said, discerns all things. To discern is to know how to establish distinctions, the difference between things. So moving on, I like to address and develop the spiritual subject in the broadest aspects. Yes, my conversion journey went through this. I belong to a Pentecostal church. I'm an evangelical Christian, but I always emphasize and am passionate about the supernatural element, considering that the Bible is a book full of supernaturalism, from the creation of the universe to the end of times in Revelation. So returning to the central theme, friends, Matthew 12 verse 43, when the unclean spirit leaves a man, it wanders through arid places seeking rest and does not find. Here on the channel you see that I've already excused me that I have addressed various subjects. For example, we started with a large number of videos about the Nephilim. From Genesis chapter 6 verses 1 to 4, with the emphasis on verse 4, where the sons of God saw the daughters of men. And as I said,